Just the moment you get the pilot says, or the air hostess says, welcome to Lagos or welcome to Abuja, whatever it is, at that point, just refresh your memory. Hey loves, how are you guys doing today? Thank you so very much for joining in and clicking on this video today. And if you've just joined my channel, hi, this is Style by EJ. I film content around fashion, beauty, and of course lifestyle. Lifestyle will include travel vlogs, so anywhere I travel to, I often try to actually document the trip. Just like now, I'm currently in my hotel in Nigeria, in Lagos, Nigeria, so I decided to do a quick sit down video. Okay, so before we proceed, I'd encourage you to please click the subscribe button, the like button, and of course share this content that if you like it, of course. So without rambling too much, let's head right on to the video. So first on my list would be your mindset. Yes, you need to have your mindset in check. So you know the way we live abroad, whatever country you live outside of Nigeria, a lot of things seem to work perfectly fine, and you have that notion that when you're coming to Nigeria, it has to work that way. Now, I'd advise that when you're coming here, just the moment you get the pilot says, or the air hostess says, welcome to Lagos or welcome to Abuja, whatever it is, at that point, just refresh your memory. Now, it's for your own good, because a lot of things here, okay, is not synonymous with what we know. Those that live in America, in the UK, in Canada, it's not synonymous with it. And then if you start making comparison, you're just it's going to be baseless, in my opinion. That's the truth. It's just going to be baseless. So I'd encourage you, your mindset needs to be in check. Just accept it that this is the way this country is. Okay, not because you want everything to work, not because you want the driver to drive a certain way, not because you want this to be done this way, that to be done this way. You're just going to give yourself high blood pressure for no reason. Okay, for you to enjoy your trip, just have a mindset that I'm coming to this country, okay, this is the way things are obtainable here, this is the way things are done here, and then you just accept it and go with the flow. I mean, that worked for me. The first time I came here last year, this was about 5 or 6 years before I came last year, and I just kept on complaining about, oh, this is not working like this is not working like that, that's not working like that. I realized I was just working myself up for no reason. So this trip, I took it as it was. Like, I was so chilled. Like, people were like, didn't you just come? Yeah, I just came. I took it very chilled, and I thoroughly enjoyed myself. So once again, your mindset, put it in check before you come to Nigeria. Next on my list would be a cash society. You know the way in America is a cashless society, which means that I have my debit card and I can use it anywhere. Oftentimes I really don't have dollars in my purse, that's the truth, but here they work a lot with the cash. Okay, so you might go to a restaurant and they tell you we accept cash only, or they can tell you they accept transfers, and mind you, the internet is not as strong as it should be. Okay, so you find yourself struggling to make transfers. So what I usually do is this, because first of all, if you want to go withdraw from the ATM, you know what ATM means, automated teller machine, you know, the hole in the wall, that stuff. Yeah, when you want to withdraw, a lot of the banks are crowded, so they came up with this sort of system called POS, point of sale, supposed to be point of sale service in the stores, but here they're like a mobile bank where you can just hail someone on the road, hey, do you have POS? And they tell you yes, and then you tell them, hey, I want to withdraw 10,000 naira, 50,000 naira, and they'll tell you how much they're going to be charging you for that amount. For the most part, if I'm withdrawing 30,000 from this mobile POS, they usually will charge me 300 naira, and it's subject to the location that you're in. If you're in the more highbrow area, they most likely will charge you more. Okay, so remember that you have to always have cash in your purse. If you're paying for your Uber ride, which is also Bolt ride, sometimes I prefer to pay cash, so I usually like to have cash in my wallet. If I'm going to the restaurant, if I'm going to the supermarket, I always have to have cash. That's one thing you need to have in mind, that you always need to have cash in this society. It's completely different from where we're coming from, where it's a cashless society. Okay, and this will lead me to my next point when it comes to security. Remember, you're in possession of a lot of cash, which means that it exposes you to, how would I say, insecurity. You could be robbed anytime. Now, don't get scared. Nobody's just going to come to you and say, hey, bring that money. You need to try to be undercover, okay? So the fact that you're coming from America doesn't mean that you're just going to look all janded by your sneakers, you know, be saying, oh yeah, you know what, yeah, you know what, yeah. You're just going to call attention to yourself. Try to be as normal as possible. If you were born here and relocated abroad for a few years, I'm sure you still have your accent, you know. Or if you're not from here but you're coming in with someone who's from here, I would recommend that you allow that person to lead conversations so you don't expose yourself based off of your accent. Or if you are not from here at all and your accent is strictly American or British, I would say find a tour guide or find somebody around, or, you know, just be on the lookout. Try to be friendly. Try to be friendly with these people. Don't try to always show yourself and make them know that you came from abroad. My point here is just be as normal, blend into the society. I, for one, I've been in America for a couple of years, so I have no excuse why I should come to Nigeria and start speaking spring up and down. Okay, I'm just going to expose myself to danger. Again, this piggybacks to my first point, your mindset. Just blend into the society. That's the truth. If you're in Rome, learn to behave like a Roman. It's like just when you go to Rome, example, or you go to Spain or you go to Dubai, you're going to blend into their culture. You're not going to go there and start acting like, oh, you're better than the other people. No. Okay, that's what you should do in Nigeria, because what I see a lot of people do is that come from abroad, because they think they're from abroad. They kind of think that they're better than the people here because poverty level is really high here. No, and that's a wrong notion. Okay, just be yourself, blend in. If you can speak the vernacular, the local language, speak the local language. Nobody's going to beat you. You speak the local language. You're not going to take one hair out of your body. You speak the local language. Blend in for your own safety. Okay, it's for your own safety. Blending. And points will be: wear very loose clothes. Wear clothes that are breathable. Because of the power system here, it's not as constant as we're used to over in America. So bring in a lot of shorts, bring in a lot of tank tops, clothes that are breathable, because power is not 247. So there are times when the power will be interrupted. So if you're lucky to be in a home where they have solar, because I see solar, it's quite common here. If you're in a home where they have solar, they have inverter, they have a standby generator, you're lucky. I'm sure you're fine. You know. But then again, the moment you step out of the house, for some people from the house, they go into a car that have air conditioning, that's AC, so they don't really get affected like that. But by and large, it's a very humid environment, so come with very breathable clothes. Like, see what I'm wearing, it's quite breathable. I have shorts on, so when I'm walking on the road, I can, I don't feel too hot at all. So yeah, that's another thing you really want. Alright, so the next point will be your medication. Oftentimes it's not only in Nigeria. Most times if you travel outside of your location or where your body system is used to, oftentimes people come down with traveler's diarrhea, people come down with malaria, people come down with a lot of bugs. I personally, this trip, I came down with traveler's diarrhea for over a week, after which I came down with malaria. So I was just from one to another. So when you're coming, try to come with a medication for your stomach. I had to get Pepto-Bismol. That really helped me. So when you're coming here, ensure you have those medications here. And once you get here, try to get anti-malarial. If it's a tablet or you want to take injection, just try to get it to get yourself safe and secured. But the last time I came, I didn't have any of this. But this time I found myself coming down with 1 or 2 bugs each time. So what I told myself is that next time I'm coming, I should ensure that I have a Pepto-Bismol or a medication that could help with traveler's diarrhea or any form of bug. Because of the water, because of maybe the food, not because the water is unclean, because I usually get the Eva or Nestle water. The bottles are clean. It's not because the water is not safe for consumption. It's only because that your body just change of environment. Anything you take will just probably trigger diarrhea, trigger malaria. So have this medication on hand so you don't start running to the doctor every now and again. And this will bring me to maybe my last point. I think I'm just picking up on my head. I'm just trying to remember the things. And if you're flying local planes here from one point to another, this might be cost really expensive. But what myself and my siblings did in this situation was we had to get 2 tickets each. So what we did was to get, say for example, we're buying Airpeace airline, we also had to buy another airline, so we had 2 tickets for 2 airlines completely, because the rate of air travel cancellation within Nigeria is on the increase. When I tell you they cancel flights at a heartbeat, I'm telling you. Let me give you an example. So this morning I was coming to Lagos, so I bought Airpeace, and I'm like, okay, I went because I know it rained heavily, so I was like, will they cancel the flight or not? So I got to the airport. But prior to that, they had not sent me any notification that flight was cancelled, because about an hour or 2 before my flight, or 3 hours, the rain had stopped, so they didn't have any reason to have cancelled. So I went to the airport thinking all was well and good. So I went to the counter, hey, what time is the flight leaving? And the guy just casually told me, your flight is not leaving again this morning. I was like, hey, what do you mean? The flight is leaving at 5:15 p.m. I was like, wait, what did you say? Very casually, no remorse, no sorry madam, this is what's happening, nothing. He just said it and walked away. I was like, wait. So I had to instantly go to the other counter, and I got another Arik flight ticket. So what that means is that I had 2 tickets for just 1 trip, and that's what myself and my siblings did. So if you can afford it, I would say that's the safest thing for you to do, so you don't have any issues, cancelled flights, missing your appointments, missing your international flights, and all those other things. Okay, so that is what I would recommend. So many other things I would say, but to summarize everything in general, Nigeria is a very beautiful country. It's a very interesting country. If I can do it, I will be coming here once every year, because Nigeria finds a way to ground you. Because once you stay out of the country for too long, I think we kind of lose sense or sight of reality. That's the truth of the matter. Okay, for me, I still have my family in Nigeria, so I'm still very much rooted in Nigeria. So I've resolved to try to go home once every year. I love my country. If I put these little things into perspective, I'm sure I'm going to have a beautiful trip. Okay, so guys, hope you enjoyed this video. If there are any other tips you want to put, please leave it in the comment section, so people in the comment section can learn and not be too scared about Nigeria, or be better, well equipped when you're making a trip to Nigeria. So guys, so my next video, remember to stay blessed and remember to stay stylish. Have a blessed one, guys. Bye.